is not exactly, well, it is a manga and it's an anime, but I'm not using the manga for this one. I'm using the light novel, and it is called The King's Avatar. This is actually a Chinese anime and manga. Normally I do Japanese ones, but this one I watched 2 episodes of this anime. It just turned into an anime recently in this season, so and I thought it was pretty good. So I wanted to do a Manga Monday on it, since I said I was gonna do 1 Manga Monday a month. So I think I did 2 maybe 2 months ago. That's why I didn't do one last month. So this month is going to be The King's Avatar. So if you enjoy anime, or manga, or the light novels, I would suggest this one. It is a gaming anime. It uses a different title for the anime though, but I think if you search The King's Avatar, you could find that title. Anyways, let's get started with Chapter 1, The Banished Battle God. Click, 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 tap, tap. A pair of nimble hands fluttered across the keyboard and mouse. The rhythm of the rapping sounds produced were like a lively symphony. The screen flashed with bright light, and the opponent fell to the ground in a spray of blood. Ha ha, Yacho laughed as he lifted his hand to take the cigarette that was held in the corner of his mouth. The silver-white smoke had already formed into a long cloud, but Yacho continued with his work. By the way, these are Chinese names, I guess, so I'm gonna do my best with pronouncing them. Brandishing his mouse and striking his keyboard, not in the least bit shaken, the removed cigarette was quickly extinguished in an eccentrically shaped ashtray on the table. Yacho's hand quickly flew back to the keyboard, right when he was about to say a few words to his opponent. The door of his room was suddenly pushed open with a bang. Yacho didn't turn his head, as if he had been waiting for this moment, merely asking, "Arrived?" "Arrived," Sun Moon Chen also replied simply. "Then let's go." Yacho once again declined his opponent's request for a duel. He gently removed the card from Glory's dedicated login service, device. He headed to the door and grabbed a jacket from a clothes hanger on his way out. The night had already darkened considerably, but Club Excellent Era's lights were still bright. Yacho and Sun Moon Chen walked out of a room and walked all the way to the end of the corridor. Located here was a spacious conference room at the entrance. Digital display screens almost completely covered the walls. They showed the rankings of the Glory Professional Alliance and a few skill statistics. Ranking: Excellent Era Battle Team ranked number 19, second to last place. Once a trump card team, with 3 consecutive titles as champions in the league, their former achievements were exceptionally dazzling. Now it hung brightly on the wall, as if heartlessly mocking everyone. The atmosphere in the room wasn't heavy. On the contrary, it was somewhat friendly. The members of Excellent Era were all gathered around one person, as if they were stars surrounding the moon. They ignored Yacho's arrival, and the ones that did quickly swept over him with expressions of coldness and mockery. Yacho, the club, has already decided that the transfer member, Sun Shang, will take over your position as captain. From now on, Sun Shang will be in control of your account. One autumn leaf. Club manager saw the arrival of Yacho and immediately turned his head to speak. Without saying it in advance or conveying it tactfully, he heartlessly notified him in an ice-cold manner, as if he were throwing away a ball of already used toilet paper. Sun Moonshan opened her mouth, wanting to speak, but Yacho lightly tugged at her sleeve. He smiled and nodded his head at her, indicating that he wasn't surprised. Brother, yeah. I'm sorry. On arriving, I just took your position. On the left-hand side of the conference table, the exclusive seat for Excellent Era's team captain should have been Yacho's seat. But Sun Shang casually sat there as he said these few words. However, his eye didn't even glance at Yacho. This was already no longer ignorance, rather it was a type of disregard. His gaze fell upon Sun Moonshang's body, who had arrived with Yacho. To be fair, Sun Moonshan was already more attractive to the eye than Yacho. She was known as the Glory Professional Alliance's #1 beauty. Even if she was thrown into the show business, she would still be considered a rare beauty. Even for those Excellent Era members who could see her every day, they were still somewhat stunned when they saw Sun Moonshan enter. Only they quickly recovered because there was another important person that deserved their attention. Ah, Brother Shang. With those words, the position definitely suits you. Everyone that had recovered promptly scrambled for their lines after he said this. Right, some people are already old and out of date. One autumn leaf really should follow Brother Shang's commands so that our abilities can truly be displayed as battle strength. This was the focus that everyone paid attention to at the moment. Sun Shang, Glory Professional Alliance Generations Genius Level Player. In the league last season, Sun Shang won the most outstanding rookie title with his MVP-like stats and led the mediocre team conquering clouds to 8th place. His advance to the playoffs was hopeful, but midway he transferred to the collapsing Excellent Era club. Although Excellent Era's accomplishments were terrible, they possessed a player who was regarded as a battle god in glory. Battle Mage 1 Autumn Leaf. These Excellent Era members actually shamelessly approached Sun Shang, who hadn't even been a part of the alliance for 2 years. It was clear that Sun Shang would be the future leader of the team. Sun Shang comfortably accepted their flattery and was unwilling to part with it, so much so that he wouldn't glance at Yacho, feeling that such an action was beneath him. Yacho, hand over your account card for 1 autumn leaf to Sun Shang, the team manager said. Even if Yacho was unfazed before, at this moment his heart couldn't help but feel somewhat hurt. Yacho, one autumn leaf, the relationship between these two names was obvious. Yacho means autumn leaf. This was the name he had created when he entered the online game world of Glory. This account had accompanied Yacho for a full 10 years. Originally, the newbie became known as a textbook-level expert. The insignificant battle mage also turned into the famed battle god in Glory. But 7 years ago, when he entered the professional circle, he signed a business contract with the club, and all the rights to one autumn leaf transferred to the club. Yacho had known that there would be a day that they would separate, and this day finally arrived. Yacho's fingers slightly trembled. To a pro player, steady hands were a must. This inner quality could not be ingrained any further into the old veteran's body, but right now, Yacho's hands were trembling. Sun Moon Chen twisted her head. She did not want to see the scene, but was powerless to help. Everyone took delight in his misfortune as one autumn leaf, that silver-white account card, was handed over to Sun Shang. Sun Shang's eyes lit up in greed with greed and happiness. He had willingly transferred and joined the inferior excellent era club in order to have one autumn leaf's account. One autumn leaf's former owner. Yacho's achievements were not good in the last few years, and he often broke out in arguments with the club. Sun Shang had 100% confidence in replacing him. Mine. In the instant he retrieved the card, Sun Shang felt a burst of excitement, but felt a trace of resistance from the card. Sun Shang felt Yacho's reluctance and proudly chortled, "Let go, brother Ya. Your hands are unexpectedly shaking to this degree. With these hands, how are you going to display your power as a battle god? Better to let me do it. I'll let the title battle god once again echo throughout Glory. You retire." After saying this, Sun Shang saw the silent Yacho, who just only handed over Autumn Leaf, had a hint of pain flash across his eyes. He discovered, in shock, that Yacho's trembling hands suddenly steadied. "Do you like this game?" Yacho suddenly asked, looking straight at Sun Shang. "What?" Sun Shang startled. "If you like it, then treat everything as glory, and not boasting." "What did you say? What does this have to do with you?" Sun Shang suddenly lost control. At the moment, he didn't know why he felt that he was lower than Yacho by a head. He didn't think that he would lose to his opponent in loftiness. He came here in order to replace Yacho. He came here to take the battle god one autumn life. Put it away. Just when Sun Shang wanted to summon up his loftiness, Yacho already let go of the account card, faintly saying the phrase. He turned around, ready to leave. "Yacho." At this moment, the manager suddenly called out. Yacho stopped and tilted his head slightly to the side, hearing that the manager was already behind him, saying, "The club currently doesn't have any suitable competitive cards to give you. First, find a team member to serve as a training partner." Training partner, a person who built a dynasty in the Alliance, and an expert known by all in Glory, had actually fallen to be a training partner. Sun Shang was very interested in this arrangement and immediately laughed out loud. With Brother Ya's level, training to together won't be a problem. Only you deserve to be the Glory Professional Alliance's #1 training partner. Haha. Accepting the insult, Yacho unexpectedly laughed. He turned his body towards the manager. Training partner? It looks like I don't have to. I canceled the contract. Cancel the contract? Are you actively seeking to cancel the contract? The manager's expression looked as if she were in deep thought. Right, I request to cancel the contract. Don't be rash. Sun Moonshine immediately came charging over to stop Yacho. An alliance had an alliance's rules. Terminating a contract during the contract period required a special reason. Actively seeking to cancel the contract required a penalty fee. Yacho and Excellent Era still had another half a year for the contract. If he were to forcefully request a termination of the contract, then the loss would be huge. As for Sun Moonshine, she feared Yacho's departure. The boss isn't here yet. Wait for him to come before you continue speaking. Sun Moonshine hoped Yacho would calm down. He had noticed the trace of ridicule at the corners of the manager's mouth long ago. He shook his head towards Sun Moonshine and laughed bitterly. Moonshine, do you not understand? My departure is the boss's goal. I no longer have any value to this club. I'm only a money sink. No way. How could you be a money sink? Your strength wouldn't lose to anyone, Sun Moonshine said. Strength isn't the issue. This is a business. And me, I've never had any business value. You originally did have value, but you chose to give it up yourself. The manager coldly interjected at this moment. Right, this is my choice, Yacho said. The current Glory Professional Alliance was flourishing. Sponsors flocked over left and right. Celebrity players in Glory were natural advertisers as spokespeople for popular goods. But even though Yacho was viewed as a top-tier level player, he rejected any offer to be in advertisements. He even refused to take part in interviews and news conferences. He was like an ancient netizen, carefully concealing his true identity in virtual reality. The club was extremely dissatisfied with this matter. They looked at him as if he were a gold mountain, but were unable to dig out even the slightest amount of gold. They were only able to put up with him because his strength was tyrannical, helping the club gain fame and glory. But as their achievements declined, everything had already become of the past. The Alliance's commercialization allowed us to survive, but now Yacho couldn't say anything further. He also didn't know whether this development was good or bad. The current Alliance was full of greed. Every Alliance boss's first consideration was how to exploit the team to make a profit. Harboring a love for gaming and tirelessly struggling in glory, Yacho cherished his memories for the Alliance when it had just been made, but now the Alliance only strived for money. Sun Moonshine did not say another word. She had originally come with Yacho here and witnessed everything about the old veteran. Her eyes were filled with tears. She knew that Yacho truly wanted to leave. Blocking him would only make it more painful for him. Since it's like this, no need, Yacho smiled, interrupting Sun Moonshine. He knew what she wanted to say. Don't worry, I haven't given up all hope yet. I'll be back. Right, this is the ambitious Yacho I recognize. Then first, let's talk about the penalty fee. Honestly speaking, You've been with us for so many years, and your achievements have been high, so we won't push it. If you want to leave, then let's all sit down and talk about the details of canceling the contract. How about it? Tell it to me straight. What are the conditions? Yacho asked. Okay, the conditions are simple. Announce your retirement, the manager said. Retirement? This condition can't be avoided. Sun Moon Chen was very angry. Yacho was 25 years old this year. With regards to pro gamers in electronic gaming tournaments, this age was already considered high. Retiring at this age was not at all strange, but Yacho already stated clearly that he did not want to retire. The excellent era manager's condition of retirement was clearly directed against him. Retired pro players naturally did not have the qualifications to participate in a tournament again. Although retired pro players could come back, Glory Professional Alliance had a rule stating that a retired pro player could only return after a year. This was to prevent people from transferring to another team and then returning the next day. Yacho was already in the declining years of this profession. Every day was precious, but now they wanted him to waste a year. After 1 year, even if he wanted to return again, for the elderly without a year of intense competition, to maintain his skill, and even by relying on former fame, whether the team would still want him would be an issue. In addition, Yacho had a fatal flaw. He refused to do anything related to business. It looked as if it were an impossible condition, but Yacho simply nodded his head. I accept. Are you mad? Sun Moon Chen alarmed. I've worked so hard for so many years. Can't I rest for a year? Yacho smiled. What are you thinking of doing? Sun Moon Chen didn't understand. Nothing much. Yacho turned his head. The manager had already handed over the documents. Yacho took a glance at them and laughed a bit. The other party really had prepared for this long ago. Thinking of this, Yacho put the pen to the paper and quickly signed his name. Just as he was about to leave, Yacho glanced back at this place he had stayed for 7 years. He didn't say any farewells and silently turned his body, ready to leave. I'll send you off. Sun Moon Chen was the only one to follow behind him. And that is all for Chapter 1. I know that Manga Monday isn't for everybody, but I hope you could enjoy this a little bit, and I hope it was relaxing. I will see you guys again on Wednesday.